Welcome back for another classic Marcus recipe video with my wonderful assistant here. What's your name again?
Miss Kara.
I should be honored because you had your own raw food restaurant for 20 years, and little did we know that we would meet one day. And we both have our favorite recipes that we made before we met. So I'm just doing a few here that I made before I met her. And this one's actually in the cookbook. Cheese topped tomato chips with onion rings. I love hors d'oeuvres. Ever since I was a kid, I remember my mom and dad and we used to get together at night and watch TV. We'd crowd around the little TV in the 70s. And during commercial breaks, I'd run and make hors d'oeuvres for the family. And I like presentation. I like finger foods and snack foods.
I love hors d'oeuvres too, more than the meal. The main meal is boring. That's like grown-ups. So the hors d'oeuvres are fun.
So this is kind of a fancy little hors d'oeuvre, and it's a great snack food. It dehydrates, so you can actually take it when you travel.
We're going to start, since we're still keeping the theme, the cheese theme going.
Right, because we had the other three cheese. So the first thing to do is make your onion rings first, because they have to marinate for a few minutes. So get an onion, not a big onion, get a smaller sized onion. So you're cutting your onions kind of thin. I guess it's general onions thickness. Yeah, 1/4 inch, whatever. Oh, that one's not good.
Everyone says 1/4 inch.
Be careful not to break the circles. Take the peels off. My eyes are starting to water. Ah! Whoa!
That means it's a real onion.
Whoa, that's intense. Woo! All right, so you want to break up the onion rings so they're separate.
And put them where?
Well, you want to marinate them because you're going to marinate these.
Marinate them in a bowl, or?
Well, that's just it. If you put them in a bowl, it's going to take a lot of sauce to marinate it to cover them up. So I have a better way of doing this, which is.
I have one here.
Oh, man, my eyes are watering. Ziploc bag. So you put the rings in a Ziploc bag. This is, for those of you people who are like anti-soy, saying soy is bad for you. It's all soy is GMO. No, it's not. It says non-GMO, organic, gluten-free, low sodium. This is the organic Tamari, and they also have another brand called Nama Shoyu, which literally means raw soy sauce. Yeah, so there are some good kinds out there. So anyway, so you put that in here. You coat the onion rings with it. So the bag is. You can be careful not to cause it to get a hole or leak or something, but this is an easier way to coat them, I think. All right, so you get them soaking there for a little bit, and now I need the cutting board. Tomato. So you get a tomato, and this one you want to cut in thick slices because these shrink. Tomatoes shrink a lot when you dehydrate them. So about 4 slices per tomato.
About 1/2 inch thick slices, right?
Roughly, yes. Okay, so now you get a dehydrator tray and a sheet.
You have the sheet.
I have the sheet here. Yes, I do. So this is a dehydrator sheet. It's made out of food-grade silicone. This is a tray. So then you lay out your tomato slices. Okay, so now you have your tomato slices ready to go. So now you make the cheese. So let's make the cheese real quick.
Okay.
All right. I'm having deja vu here. Like we've done this before, right?
Many, many times.
Yeah. So
1 cup of cashews.
1 cup of cashews. That's what cashews look like. 1 cup of pine nuts. If you don't like pine nuts or you think they're too expensive, then use a little more cashews or a little less pine nuts, whatever. This isn't exact. You don't have to be exactly exact on this. 3 cloves of garlic, 1 red bell pepper, 1 lemon squeeze.
I'll do that.
Okay.
1 lemon. Juice of 1 fresh lemon. That's just. Did I get you in the eye?
No, it's still the onion. It's still burning my eyes.
This food is dangerous.
A pinch of Celtic sea salt. Again, the coarse grind is the best. 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. 2/3 cup nutritional yeast. Now, you were going to pour this water in.
I was going to pour it in here.
How much?
1/4 cup. 1/3?
1 tablespoon.
Oh.
You and your water. She's a water freak. She has to have water in everything. I've never seen somebody, well, that's good. I mean, water's good, but.
So 1 tablespoon.
Yes, 1 tablespoon.
Wow. Wow, is that a little bit of water?
Yeah, and I'll show you why.
That wasn't a full tablespoon.
Oh, jeez. You and your water.
Okay.
All right. So, now, here's the reason why. Because you want this cheese to be thick.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be runny like the past last few videos.
Falling off the tomato.
Yeah, and that's the kind of a problem, unfortunately, within the recipe book. There it is. Here's the recipe today. Actually, this recipe, if you make it, the cheese is a little too runny, unfortunately. So keep that in mind when you watch this video. This is version 2.0.
So don't add as much water.
Right, so less water. All right, so time to make the cheese.
Put a little dollop on each tomato slice.
See how it's still kind of runny in a way. And you wanted to put all this water on it.
I didn't know.
You actually wanted a little thicker than this.
I do.
Well, I'm glad I caught you.
No, I just follow the recipe in the book.
But the recipe in the book's too runny.
Oh, that's what my problemo was. Talk about a chip deluxe. This is such an ultra deluxe doted over chip.
All right, now back to the onion rings. All right, so what you want to do is all right, so coat them one more time. Now you want to make the breading. The way you make the breading is you get golden flax seeds. I like the golden flax seeds because they are gold. I like the golden color. I just love it. That's it. Just a few seconds of that. And now you have breading made from golden flax seeds.
I want to say how healthy and loaded with omega-3s this recipe video is because you've just broken up the flax seeds, rendering them, unlocking their potential, you know, and their powerhouse of nutrition, thus making it easily digestible.
Yeah. The main thing you want to do here is 1 ring at a time, or you can put it in there, just whatever. Put your onion rings in here.
However you do it.
Yeah, there's no exact way of doing this. Basically, just coat the things and then delicately place them on the appropriate sized tomato. So the bigger rings obviously go on the bigger tomato slices and the smaller ones go on the smaller ones. I don't know where I came up with this idea. Just one day it just...
Yeah, how did you think of this recipe?
I don't know. It just came to me one day.
That's crazy. Okay.
Little tiny one. Now you put one in the middle of this one. There, okay. All right, so now this goes in the dehydrator.
For how long?
Well, okay, so what yeah, overnight's fine. I mean, another thing that I keep saying about dehydrators, I got to remind people, what your dehydrator says is not exactly the temperature that's inside there. This should be going at 120 degrees, 118 degrees to be raw food that is not killed. If your dehydrator says 120, it's usually only like 90. Sometimes you got to put up to 140. Get a thermometer, especially a laser thermometer. It'll tell you the exact temperature.
You can find them cheap on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's good to know what the temperature is in your dehydrator.
Right, so if your thing is not working right, then you probably are too low of a temperature inside your dehydrator. But you don't want to get too hot because then you're killing your food. But anyway, so you put this in there overnight, or just, you know, you make it in the morning and it's ready at the end of the day. So let's put it in the dehydrator. And then when you're done, you get these. See what happened to the tomatoes? See how flat they are? Remember how thick they were? We only made 4 slices per tomato, and they get paper thin. And so here's your hors d'oeuvres that you can serve while watching TV at night. These are so good.
We did switch them onto a mesh sheet halfway through because we want the underside to get crunchy and crispy as well.
So there you go. There's your
hors d'oeuvres. Can I have one?
Of course. Cheers.
Cheers.
So enjoy, make this and enjoy it because I know you're going to love this. This is so good. Anyway, that's it for a quick run of Marcus' recipes from the past, and I'll get you back to her now because I don't like being in front of the camera very much, so I'll let her do all the kitchen stuff. Anyway, thought you'd enjoy some of my older recipes, and that's it, sir.
You will. If you make this, you will.
And it's good for you. It's healthy. So. All right, that's it.
See you in the next video.
See you around, folks. Next time I'll be behind the camera again. Bye.